The world champion just secured a massive remontada at Stamford Bridge, and I'm still shaking. Coming back from 2-0 down to 3-2 win is the stuffs of dream. In this video, we are breaking down everything we learned from Liam Rosenior's tactical masterclass in-game management, that ridiculous second half from Joao Pedro, and of course, the Enzo Fernandez dagger that silenced the doubters. I've also got the latest updates on our pursuit of Jeremy Jacquet and potential return of Mamadou Sarr to the squad. But before we dive into this video, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Or if you have been following me for a while, you know drills. Help your boy get to that 10k subscriber mark. Let's dive into it. Let's be real. That London debut at Stamford Bridge was nothing short of absolute cinema. We just witnessed a complete roller coaster. If you left at halftime when we were 2-0 down, I completely feel sorry for you, because coming back to win 3-2 is the stuffs of legends. We took a West Ham side that looked like they were running away with the points, and we sent them back across London with nothing. And look, I have to say this to all our rivals, especially my Manchester United friends out there. Hold that. Don't check the table, just enjoy the highlight reel. But staying objective, the manner of the victory suggests that Liam Rosenior is still a walking dangerous tightrope between a tactical genius and over-experimentation. We're about to break down the bad, the good, and the straight-up ugly things we learned from this 90 minutes heart attack. Starting from the first thing we learned, the Liam Rosenior resurrection. I need you to feel this weight. Chelsea have come back from a 2-0 down at halftime to win a Premier League game for the first time ever in the competition. Read that again. Through all the eras, through all the trophies, through all the legends, this was the squad that made history. And how did it happen? In the most heart-stopping way possible. Enzo Fernandez wins the game in the stoppage time. The Stamford Bridge was a pressure cooker. At halftime, the air was thick of frustration. There was even a video circulating of fans booing us off the pitch. But Sanchez stood tall and told the fans, "We have 45 minutes to play for." Talk about a quote that aged like a fine wine. Sanchez wasn't just talking, he was walking. He finished with some massive numbers that kept us in the fight. A 6.5 rating, 4 saves, 3 from the box. And Gary Neville put it perfectly on Sky Sports. You can watch Chelsea in this game and think they are completely different teams. They look like kids and babies for a large part of the game, and then all of a sudden they came alive and were a real force. Most managers are too proud. They wait until 70 minutes to admit their plan flopped. Not to Liam Rosenior. He realized his homework was wrong at halftime and he ripped it up. He saw the lack of width and the stagnant midfield and pulled the trigger immediately. And look at the results. Joao Pedro, a goal and assist. Marco Cucurella, goal. Wesley Fofana, goal. It's almost poetic. Liam Rosenior halftime sub changed the game by shifting the shape and allowing our fullbacks play higher. We didn't just play them, we suffocated them. We finished with a 70% possession, 4 big chances, 14 shots, and an XG of 2.86 to West Ham 1.29. We end this. And Liam Rosenior is now rubbing shoulders with history. He's just the 4th English manager to win their first 3 Premier League games in charge, joining Bobby Gold, Big Sam, and Greg Shakespeare. But none of them did it with this much moxie. Between Wednesday comeback against Napoli and today's miracle, Chelsea come back from 2-0 down at halftime to win Premier League for the first time ever, with all 3 halftime subs scoring or assisting. Take a bow, Liam Rosenior. And let's not forget the cherry on top of this history buff. Chelsea have now won 6 consecutive games at home versus West Ham in the Premier League for the first time in history. This isn't luck anymore, my friends. This is a squad that believe in the philosophy. And even when the chips are down, we are watching a resurrection in real time. And that brings me to the second thing we learned, the rotation risk. The 7 changes narrative is going to be a talking point in the pub tonight, and for a good reason. Look, the squad depth is a luxury, but today we learned that over-rotation is a dangerous game that almost cost us everything. We lined up with Sanchez, Gusto, Chalobah, Badeshu, Hato at the back, a midfield of Caicedo, Enzo, Palmer, an attack of Gittins, Garnacho, and Delap. On paper, it looks like a FIFA Ultimate Dream Team. On the pitch in the first half, it was a profile mismatch. We fell right into the hand of Nuno Espirito Santo, starting Garnacho and Delap against a deep-sitting West Ham. Packed boss was trying to use a Ferrari in a traffic jam. Both of these guys thrives on transition and green grass behind the defense. When there is no space to run into, their attributes get neutralized. Garnacho looked absolutely lost in the shuffle. If you look at his passes, majority of them were safe passes or sideways layoff. He couldn't just find the key to the lock. We finished with a 6.2 rating, 1 key pass, 0 accurate crosses, 0 shots. And Leon Delap, he was isolated on an island. It's hard to lead the line when you aren't even getting the ball at all. Leon Delap had fewer touches than any other player in the first half versus West Ham. 8 touches, and he had just 1 touch in the opposition box. His numbers tells a story of a frustrating night. He finished with a 6.2 rating, 4 shots, 1 on target, 1 woodwork, 1 big chance miss, 1 shot blocked. And let's be real, it was clear one eye was already on the midweek showdown with Arsenal. We are trying to be clever, trying to keep legs fresh, but we forget one of the golden rules of football. Elite teams don't just rotate, they maintain a spine of consistency. By changing 7 players, the automatic pattern of play, those little blind turn passes and runs we have started to take for granted, completely vanished. We look like 11 strangers wearing the same shirt for 45 minutes. It was disjointed, it was toothless, and it was nearly fatal. We got away with it this time because of Liam Rosenior second half surgery. But we can't keep walking this tightrope. We survived the rotation scare, but it was a massive lesson for the gaffer. And that brings me to the third thing we learned: defensive crime scenes. Look, let's be real. We can't expect to finish top 4 if we keep gifting goals like Christmas presents, while the attackers were digging us out of the hole. The defensive display at times was amateurish. It was a hard watch. Frustration with Badiashile is reaching a breaking point for a lot of us. On paper, his stats looked okay, but if you watch the game with your eyes, not a calculator, you saw the truth. His lack of awareness for the second goal was glaring. He was caught in a no man's land. His stat sheet tells one story: a 7.0 rating, 8 defensive contribution, 1 tackle, 1 shot block, 1 recovery, 1 ground duel won, 3 area duel won, 0 time dribbled passed. But those stats overhyped him because he was poor. You can't measure positional panic with his stats. Badiashile had all of us holding our breath for the wrong reasons. Alongside him, Trevor Chalobah was trying to hold the fort. Trev has been arguably our best defender this season, but he even struggled to steady the ship today. A 6.7 rating, 12 defensive contribution, 3 interception, 8 clearance, 1 shot block, 3 recoveries, 1 area duel won, 0 time dribbled passed. Here's the issue: he has been our best defender this season, but anytime he plays alongside Badiashile, it looks like they are playing against us. At this level, chopping and changing the centre-back partnership ruins the telepathic understanding you need to hold a highlight. You can't just plug and play defenders like they are Lego piece and expect them to know where the other is standing. Conceding multiple goals in 2 matches in a row is a massive red flag. If Chelsea want to be taken serious as title contenders next season, this revolving door at the back has to stop. A settled back 4 is the only way to build that brick wall clean sheet mentality required for elite football. We are outscoring our problem right now, but eventually the goal will dry up. And we need to know the back door is locked. And that brings me to the 4th thing we learned: Joao Pedro is cooking. If there is any doubt who the main man is under Liam Rosenior, Joao Pedro silenced it. He didn't just join the game, he hijacked it. He came on for 45 minutes and put up an absolute clinic in efficiency. He finished with an 8.0 rating, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 shot, 1 on target. He's the definition of clutch. Whenever we need a spark, Joao Pedro is the one holding the matches. This wasn't just a one-off performance either. He's sitting a stride that is putting him in record books. Joao Pedro has now scored in 3 consecutive Premier League games for the second time and for the first time since March last season. Since joining us, his output has been nothing short of staggering. Joao Pedro for Chelsea, 20 GAs, 15 goals and 5 assists. Pedro's confidence is currently through the roof. Coming off the bench to spark a comeback requires a specific type of mental fortitude, and he got it in spades. He didn't just score, he changed the gravity of the game, drawing defenders out of position and creating space where we are starving in the first half. While Nicholas Jackson had a solid debut season, Joao Pedro offers a tactical sip and finishing that is more sustainable. He's on a trajectory to not only beat Jackson's tally, but to become the very first name on the score sheet every single week. But we can't talk about the comeback without mentioning the man who locked the back door while simultaneously opening the front one. Wesley Fofana came off the bench and didn't just stabilize our backline. He became a playmaker from deep. He finished with a 7.9 rating, 1 assist, 2 defensive contribution, 1 interception, 1 shot blocked, 1 recoveries, 1 ground duel won, 1 area duel won, 1 big chance created, 1 key passes, 1 accurate cross, 97% accurate passes, a 97% pass accuracy while creating a big chance and bagging an assist. From a centre back, that's unheard of, my friends. Fofana reminded us why he's essential. He brought the composure that Badiashile lacked and the vision the midfield was missing. Which brings me to the last and final thing we learned: the Enzo Fernandez dagger. The debate over Enzo Fernandez price tag usually ignores his most important traits. He's a big game hunter. When the lights are the brightest, the pressure is suffocating, Enzo doesn't shrink, he grows. He controlled the chaos today and finished with a ridiculous stat line. An 8.0 rating, 1 goal, 86% accurate passes, 3 shots, 1 on target, 4 defensive contribution, 1 interception, 2 clearance, 3 recoveries, 4 ground duel won, 2 area duel won. Now look at the bigger picture, because what he's doing this season is actually insane. Enzo Fernandez for Chelsea this season, 35 matches played, 11 goals scored, 4 assists provided, best midfielder in the world currently. Alongside Moses, the general Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez looked liberated. Caicedo does the dirty work, the tackling, the covering, the relentless interception, which allows Enzo to operate in that final third where he's most dangerous. Caicedo was a monster in his own right today, providing the platform for that comeback. A 7.6 rating, 93% pass accuracy, 2 shots, 1 on target, 7 defensive contribution, 1 tackle won, 3 interception, 2 clearance, 9 recoveries, 3 area duel won, 3 ground duel won, 1 area duel won. The dagger in the final minutes wasn't just a goal, it was a statement. In the midst of the absolute madness of the 2-2 draw in the stoppage time, Enzo Fernandez kept his head while everyone else were losing theirs. He found the pocket, he found the finish, he found the 3 points. Alongside Kopama, Enzo Fernandez is proving to be the emotional and the technical heartbeat of this team. When the pressure is at its highest, the ball inevitably finds his feet, and more often than not, he finds the back of the net. To come from 2-1 down against Napoli on Wednesday, to this, we are building something special. What a game, my friend. We are sitting 4th in the league and the vibes are unmatched. But moving on to Chelsea latest news. We just finished battling West Ham at the bridge, but the real war is happening at the boardroom. The winter window is closing, and while everyone is checking the league table, the recruitment team is cooking something spicy in France. We are talking about one name on everyone's lips: Jeremy Jacquet. Is he coming? Is he staying? The smoke is getting thick, and the big guns in the media just dropped an absolute bomb. First up, let's go to Alex Krug, who confirms that the player's heart is already at Koba. He says Chelsea are not giving up on Jacquet. He told Rennes he only wants a move to Stamford Bridge. Did you hear that? Only Stamford Bridge. He's not looking at Liverpool, he's not looking at Bayern. The boy has blue in his DNA already, but we know wanting the move is one thing, getting Rennes to open the gate is another. Now Ben Jacob is giving us a tactical breakdown. Chelsea are still in talk for Jeremy Jacquet. Player wants the move. As reviewed, Chelsea initially wants to sign Jacquet now, but Rennes prefer a summer sale. Instant purchase, pre-agreement, and loan back all possible, with Chelsea not yet giving up. You see the vision. Chelsea are offering Rennes every option on the table. Take the money now, keep him till June, or take the money now and let him fly tonight. It's the Enzo Fernandez special all over again. Now, and if you need more proof, stay locked in. Sky Sports Cavasso just turned up the heat. Look at this. Jeremy Jacquet only wants to sign for Chelsea. Personal terms has been fully agreed. Chelsea and Rennes are playing on Saturday evening. Expect development after the game. The game is over. The kids are in the laundry. Now phones are ringing. Personal terms are 100% done. Jacquet basically packed his bag. He's just waiting for the boarding pass from the Rennes president. But wait, we can't talk about Chelsea transfer without the Don himself. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea really wants Jacquet now. This reminds me of Enzo Fernandez's story when Benfica didn't want him to leave and then he joined in January. The difference is that Jacquet has no release clause and will be very, very expensive to let leave this season. But Chelsea knows this and they want to try and insist to bring him now. Let's see. Jacquet will be a special player and the race is on. No release clause, no problem. We know how this ends when Chelsea insists. We saw it with Enzo, we saw it with Mudryk. If the club decides Jacquet is the special one, they will find the back. The winter window is coming to an end, and it looks like we might be getting a here we go before the clock hits 0. This is the latest on Jeremy Jacquet front, a player who only wants the blue shirts, a club that won't take the no for an answer, and a window that is screaming for a blockbuster signing. But while everyone is screaming for Jeremy Jacquet, there is a massive drama brewing closer to home, or should I say within the family. Chelsea are looking at Mamadou Sarr, and this one is getting complicated, messy, and a bit disrespectful if we are being honest. It started on Friday. The reports coming out of France are clear. Chelsea made contacts this Friday with Strasbourg to terminate Mamadou Sarr. The two clubs are working on the possibility of finding a replacement before the end of the transfer window. The intention is there. Chelsea wants him back in London now. And Sachetavelli adds, Chelsea are now pushing to bring Mamadou Sarr back to London before the end of the window. All parties involved are fairly confident about completing this comeback. All depends now on Racing Strasbourg's ability to find a replacement before Monday. Now, this is where the blue coat chess game gets wild. To get Sarr back, Chelsea tried to play the game of musical chair. Fabrizio Hawkins dropped the bombshell update. Chelsea would like to bring back Mamadou Sarr, and we are considering sending Aaron Anserino to Strasbourg after terminating his loan at Dortmund. The plan was simple. Anserino goes to France, Sarr comes to London. Everyone wins, right? Wrong. Because minutes later, Fabrizio Hawkins followed up with the reality. Chelsea would like to recall Sarr, but there is a problem. Anserino doesn't want to go to Strasbourg to replace him. Now let's be real for a second, my G. I love Chelsea, but we need to respect Strasbourg. We already took their manager Liam Rosenior earlier this window. Now we want to cut short the loan of Sarr in the middle of January. This guy is their captain right now, while Emega is out. You just can't rip the captain out of the team mid-season. Lico is really pushing their luck here, and honestly, it feels very disrespectful to Strasbourg fans. They aren't just a B team, they are a historic club. But here's my hot take. If you ask me, I'll recall Sarr than sign Jeremy Jacquet. Think about it. Sarr already knows the system, he's showing leadership qualities at young age, and it cost us nothing in transfer fees. If all party agrees, and if Strasbourg finds a replacement they want, recalling Sarr is the perfect solution. It's better than spending 50 or 60 million on a gamble from Rennes. But Bluco need to trade carefully. You don't build a successful multi-club by making your other club suffer. Let's see how this plays out before Monday. And with that said, that's the end of the video, my friends. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. You will be.